What's up, Pokemon fans? Trevor from JollyMonz here. Today we're going to do a standard deck profile. We're going to do a Rangaroo deck. No, just kidding. That'd be pretty cool though. Quad Rangaroo. It's definitely a deck I would definitely try to play, but not really. It's probably bad. But today we're going to go ahead and look at Vikavolt Bulu. This deck is really fun. A deck that I've played a lot in standard, and I've recently played in expanded. And the deck is just, it's super good. Turn 2 Vikavolt is definitely real. It's very easy. Most of the time you're going to get it off, and it's just 180 attack. Turn 2 is pretty good. So let's get into this. First we got our boy Rangaroo. Now this card I am doing over Shaman easily because yes, I want to be greedy and get more with Shaman, but Rangaroo is just, I think it's overall better, and just you should play Rangaroo. We're playing one of. Has come in clutch I don't know how many times. This deck can start off really fast, just take prizes, and you don't want to get late game in and just get screwed out of a late game in, and no one likes that. It's not fun, so Rangaroo helps you with that. Up next we got 3 Grubbin. This guy, shout out to Grubbin. He's got 70 HP, which is actually pretty good. It's a weird HP number, and it helps you a lot. There's been many times where they've got me like 60. I've had 10 left. It's just, it's a fat bug. Let's just say that. It's pretty good. Up next we got 3 Vikavolt. This card is amazing. You guys can see I went Grubbin to Vikavolt. Yes, there is no Charger bug. I don't feel like you need it. Some decks were playing 1. I feel like you would just dead draw it late in the game and not need it. So I cut it out. Best decision I've ever made. So if you don't know what Vikavolt does, once per turn you can search for a grass and a lightning energy and attach it to any Pokemon. So you can get 2 energies with 1 ability. Fantastic. Amazing. So you can't get like 2 grass or 2 electric. You have to get 1 and 1 grass and 1 electric, or you can do 1 grass or 1 electric. You can't just double up on 1. So 3 of those. Here's the attacker, Tapu-Bulu, playing 3. Very good card. Every attack is really good. Horn attack for 30 can help you set up for nature judgments later on in the game. If you have a choice belt, that's 60 for 1 energy. Just helps a lot. And then the second attack, Nature's Judgment, for 120 if you discard all 3 energies, or all energy attached, sorry. You do 60 more, so it's 180. Choice Belt's 210. Good numbers, very good numbers. The last attack, Tapu-Bulu GX, for 3 energy, does 150, and you heal all damage from this Pokemon. So very good. I'm trying to think, I just recently went to it was a boost or a case tournament. Yes, we were playing for a case worth of prizes. It was crazy. I was against a mirror match, and I knocked out his Bulus very quickly. I think like one of them, he had one online, and he had one on the bench. He got another one, but he was building up the Lele. So I had to make a very risky play. I Guzma upped his Bulu to knock it out because he could easily knock out my Bulu with 3 energies with the Vikavolt. And I didn't have to Nature's Judgment, but I Nature's Judgments anyway to overkill the Bulu. I believe it was damaged already. And I did Nature's Judgment for 180, discarding all my energies so Lele could hit me less, and the next turn I got the energy and then Vikavolt 2 for game to knock out the Lele 180. So you need to definitely think about your Nature's Judgment and just not go ahead and always do 180, 180, 180. That game I was doing 180 a lot because I had to. Don't be afraid to. There's ways to get back energy. You just have to be this deck, you have to manage your resources and just be careful. Up next we have 2 Tapu Koko promo. We are not playing the GX at all. This card is really good because Flying Flip helps you with Tapu-Bulu damage. Just 20 to everything. It's pretty nice, and it's got free retreat. So if you lead with Tapu Koko, it's pretty good. I definitely like the Pokemon count in this lineup right now. Oh, forgot Tapu Lele. Tapu Lele is pretty important. We're running 2. You guys should know what it does. Wonder Tag, get a supporter. Very good card. Helps us with turn 2 Vigavolts for sure. Alright, so we're going to get into the items. We have 1 energy recycler. We only need 1. Just manage your resources. You'll be fine. 2 field blower. Card's amazing. Get rid of whatever you need to. Up next is kind of different. We're running 2 heavy ball. A lot of lists have been playing 1. When I first started Bulu, I played 1, and it's not enough. 2 is perfect. Like, why wouldn't you play 2? You can grab your main attacker with a heavy ball. 3 retreat, so you can get Bulu or Vikavolt. And a Rangaroo? No Rangaroo. Up next, very weird. I actually read an article by John Roberts. If you don't know who that is, it's on Charizard Lounge. He's been playing Bulu longer than me. He's like, that's all he's played basically. And I read an article how he included, I'm pretty sure this is the same list too. He included Puzzle of Time, and I read why, talked to him about it, and it's amazing. It's very weird, but this card is really good. It helps you with turn 2 Vikavolt if you play just 1 Puzzle at a time and rearrange the 3 to help you get there. You can get some games where I didn't manage my resources exactly how I wanted to. I would do 2 puzzle times, get back energy. You can get back anything you need. Puzzle time in this deck is just really good. I love it. Definitely not going to take it out soon. Up next we have 4 rare candy. Makes sense because we're not playing a charger bug, so we're going to do 4 rare candy. Helps you Vikavolt, obviously. We're running 1 switch. Switch is a very good card. We can Skyla for it. You can search for it. It's one of was perfect. It's actually won me a couple games. I don't know if it won me. I think I was already winning, but it kind of sealed the deal. Like, it made the win way more comfortable. Up next we got 4 Ultra Ball, pretty standard. 2 Bridget. This was something I've been playing around with, and I feel like this deck definitely needs to hit turn 1 Bridget, because if not, you're gonna probably lose. Like, you need to get your Vigavolts going, at least try to get with my Bridgets, I like to, depending on board state, I like to have at least 2 Grubbin, because if the person you're playing against knows Vikavolt Bulu, they will Lysander Guzma your Grubbin right up and kill it. So I try to get 2 Grubbins and a Bulu, whatever you need. Depends on what you start with, what your board state looks like, but always try to have 2 Grubbins with Bridget. Up next we have 2 Guzma, very good card. And 1 Lily. This card, I didn't play, but I was reading John Roberts' list and the article, and I agree with it. It's there if you need it. Helps you get turn 2 Vikavolt if you need to. Another thing with his list, he played no Sycamore. When I first started playing Bulu, I played like 2 or something crazy, because I noticed, like, you don't want to discard resources. Bulu is really, I wouldn't say it's a hard deck to play. I mean, it kind of is. You just have to manage your resources, and Sycamores just get rid of that. And I was like, this deck does not need 4. I never thought of cutting it down to 0. I guess I didn't have the guts, but John Roberts did it. He explained why. I tried it because he already did it. So I'm like, okay, he did it, so that means I can try, and it's awesome. I'm never going to put Sycamore back in this deck. It's amazing. We're running 3 in. Just there if you need to. You want to save most of your stuff for when it's needed. Everything in this deck is basically like good to go. You don't want to throw it away. You always probably need it. So very, very tricky deck in that way, but the 3 in, no Sycamore definitely helps. Up next we have 3 Skyla. This card's so good. One of my favorite cards. You can search for anything. If you need 1 puzzle time, they make 2 puzzle time. If you need a field blower, you need a tool, you need your 1 switch, anything. Just very good card in general. Up next is our tool count. We have 2 choice band, 3 belt. John Roberts, I guess we're talking about him a lot. Guy's really cool. He's been back and forth with his tool count. which makes sense because some matches you're going to be like, man, I wish I had 3 choice bands or whatever, so you're going to switch to 3 next tournament, or you're going to be like, oh, I wish I had 3 belts. But in most of my time playing, I've always wanted more belts than choice bands. I like when Bulu's sitting there fat and heavy and can just survive some stuff. I prefer that more. Just how it is. Most of the time I horn attack or I flying flip before I can Nature's Judgment, so I don't really need to do the big 210 right away. So I prefer the Fighting Fury belt more than the choice band. Obviously I want both, but I just run a more Fighting Fury belt count than choice band. And then this is your energy count always. Never do anything other than this. 7 grass, 5 lightning. Perfect energy count. You're going to want more grass because Bulu's attack takes 2 grass. Be careful with that. You can always screw that up. And yeah, 7, 5, which makes 12. Good energy count. And this is the deck, guys. Standard Bulu. This deck is a lot of fun. You haven't tried it, definitely go out and try it. Shout out to John Roberts. This guy's amazing. Bulu God. I love Bulu a lot. I've played with it a lot. Going to keep playing it. One deck that might actually beat this deck, like me in terms of playing it, is the new Ninetales Zoroark. I really like Ninetales, and I've been trying to make it work. Same with Andrew Mahone. He's been trying to make it work, and maybe this Zoroark list will help Ninetales. So I'm kind of on that train of playing Ninetales Zoroark. But who knows? Bulu's always going to have a place in my heart. Such a good card. Good deck. I just love how consistent it can be. Kind of mad at it with the deck because when I went to the case tournament, I got top 8. I don't know how. I was breaking all day. And I go in top 8 playing against Volcanion. And I had a good match. Like, Volcanions not a hard matchup. It's in Bulu's favor because no weakness. And it's just, you get there faster basically. And I just was breaking and he still barely won. And it just kind of hurt my heart that like I could have won. But it is what it is. It's a card game. You guys gotta realize that when you're playing like the most consistent deck or one of the most consistent decks, it's still gonna brick from time to time, and you're gonna have that problem. You cannot have the perfect deck. You're not always gonna get turn 2 Vikavolt. You're not always gonna get 2 Bulus online, 2 Grubbins online. I had a game where I only had 1 Grubbin in my deck, and he knocked it out, and I was just like GG, because trying to power this bad boy up by itself, it's hard, especially when you're used to Vikavolt and your playstyle is around Vikavolt. It's pretty hard. But yep, that's the deck, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions on what I should try, let me know down below. If I should take out some stuff, try some weird stuff, let me know down below. I hope you guys liked the deck. Hope you liked this video. Can't talk anymore. I'm very tired. Had a long day. But I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Remember, stay jolly. Peace.